How to avoid bans and suspensions on Etsy. I've been selling on Etsy for over 3 years. I've dealt with literally hundreds of bans and thousands of deactivated products. So I know what I'm doing. I'm going to give you guys some quick tips on exactly how to avoid this and why most people kind of see this. So the most common reason why a beginner will actually see a ban or suspension isn't necessarily because they're doing something actually wrong. It's mainly because Etsy systems are actually just quite bad. They've grown a lot, but a lot of their back-end systems are just terrible. If you've been selling on Etsy for a few years, you know what I'm talking about in terms of customer service and in terms of the way they treat their sellers. So the main thing to pay attention with actually avoiding these bans and suspensions while still following rules is to take things slowly. So what I mean by this is actually just not doing everything instantly. Don't start up a brand new store on a brand new account, a brand new store, and then list 100 products on your first day. This just looks like you are coming onto the platform to defraud Etsy and to defraud Etsy's customers. So obviously they're going to ban you, and obviously they're going to suspend you if they think that you're doing things like essentially to defraud their customers. So if you're taking things slowly, what I really recommend is to just do everything and think carefully about what you're doing. There's more and more people trying to come onto the Etsy platform to defraud Etsy customers, especially around the Q4 period, October, November, December, because there's 10 times the amount of people actually on the Etsy platform during this period. So really think carefully and take things slowly right in the beginning. Don't list 100 products your first day on your first store. My second tip is to put effort in. What do I mean by put effort in? I mean that you should take time to put effort into your actual storefront in terms of logos, in terms of banners, in terms of About Us, to build up your store to make it look more legitimate. One, to the people that are actually going to buy from your store in the future, but also make it look more legit to Etsy. If someone's coming onto the platform to defraud Etsy's customers, they aren't spending that much time to put a nice logo, a nice banner, and a nice profile picture and all this kind of stuff. So come in and put real effort in to making your store look pretty. I'm not saying spend 4 months working on your logo, but spend a little bit of time making it look pretty good. In terms of when you're actually doing your listings as well, just put like all the information they're asking in terms of the actual description, title, everything, but include all of the information in there. Put a bit of effort into it. Again, with the photos, don't just reuse photos from elsewhere. Put real effort into the photos and take time to think, what are people that are looking to defraud Etsy going to be doing, and do the opposite. People that are looking to defraud Etsy, they are spending the minimum amount of time possible. Whereas if you're a real seller, you're putting real time and effort into actually improving your Etsy site and actually making something that will last a long period of time. My third tip is about mitigating mass bans. Let's say you're running 5 stores. With those 5 stores, you want every single one of them to be as separate as humanly possible. By as separate as humanly possible, I mean IP, so the actual Wi-Fi connection. You can use proxies for this. I mean my MAC address, which you can use Ads Power or a different piece of software for this. I mean banking, I mean everything, okay? You want every single one of your stores to be as insulated and as separate from every single other store that you're running. The reason why you want to do this is because if Etsy thinks one of your stores are suspicious and there are 5 other stores that are owned by the same person, they're just going to ban every single one of the stores. This has happened so many times. There's so many YouTube videos about big sellers complaining about this, where one of their stores they started 5 years ago, they completely forgot about, gets suspended for some bullshit reason. That suspends their big store because they're associated. It's guilty by association. So keep every store as separate as humanly possible. If you want a completely free guide on how to do this, then click the link in the description, freeetsyguide.com. The fourth tip that I've got for you guys is to actually read the rules. So if I'm completely honest, reading the rules won't actually massively stop you from bans and suspensions, but it will stop stupid things, okay? There's a lot of rules with print on demand and with digital products as well that like, if you actually read the rules, it will stop a few of these things. And if you're a complete beginner, you should read the actual rules. It's always going to help you. But it's also going to help you understand how you can avoid these bans and suspensions and why Etsy is so crazy with bans and suspensions. If you want a completely free step-by-step guide on how I do Etsy dropshipping, click the link right here or click the top link in the description. I'll see you over there.